This is the very first thing you have to do as a new manager. If you haven't met, my name is Rafael. I help managers drive results through their people. If you're a new manager with some experience or no experience, congratulations. The journey is now beginning. You're going to want to save this video for later. The very first thing you have to do is create what's called an activity list. And what this is a list of all the jobs that you're responsible for with frequency per week and reasonable expectation to complete one. For example, if you've got an activity, which is a job that does, the frequency is 100 per week, and say it takes about 60 minutes to complete one, that is the line item. Then you go to the next one. Activity 2, maybe they do frequency 10 per week, and it takes them 45 minutes to complete it. Go down the list and try to get at least 80% of all the jobs that you have. Try to get 100. But this is the very first step for you to understand, what am I responsible for? What are the jobs that I'm responsible for? And what this list does for you, it creates the foundation for a lot of different things going forward. Because if you're creating a plan for success, this reasonable expectation list will help you set expectations, plan, resource allocate, labor hours and equipment, right? And train according to what this is, because it's important that you understand what jobs you're responsible for with reasonable expectation. Now, the other part to this, I'm going to give you the answer right now, is that based on your ambition and what you want to achieve and what improvements you want to make, the reasonable expectation is the low-hanging fruit that you want to focus on to make improvements. Let me give you an example. Say, for example, that very first one I talked about. It's 60 minutes. They do 100 a week. Maybe that's your top activity with frequency. That's the activity that I do the most of, like 100 per week. That's a lot. Everything else is underneath 100. So it only makes sense to focus on this one thing to make improvements, because you do it 100 times. So the key thing with this list as you move forward, just keep in mind that at some point you're going to go back and go, is it really 60 minutes? Or is it 54 minutes? Or is it 47 minutes? Or is it 53 minutes? Because every minute that you improve on that times 100 is the result you're looking for. But don't worry about that now. I'm just trying to make you think of why that list is so important to do it correctly. Do it once, take a stab at it, see what it looks like. DM me if you need any help. And like anything, if you stayed until the end of this video, please join my newsletter, and I'll be dropping the activity list template with procedure in my newsletter.